reaction when it was official that he was coming back?
Well, obviously very, very pleased and excited. We hoped for this all along, but to get it confirmed, I think it's great for the franchise, great for the city. Certainly I know it's going to be great for our young players because he's a leader and a mentor for a number of them, and if they'll follow his work ethic, we know we'll be a competitive hockey team.
Is he still an elite player in this league?
Yes. I don't think I've any hesitation. I thought 2 years ago that he was slipping a little bit simply because of more injury factors than maybe I knew of. I think he was hurting at that time, and it was hard for him to practice every day, be involved in the activity every day. But after surgery and watching him play last year, and just not only performance, just attitude, I said to him, I don't know how many times during the year, why don't you get off the ice after practice and rest a little bit? And he said, well, that's what I love doing. He had the puck and kept it away from the tourists or whoever he'd be with on a given day, and it tells me that not only is he having fun, but he's got the ability to continue to play at a good level for quite some time.
When did he let you know? Was it just like he phoned and said, hey, I'm coming back?
Well, I had a feeling, I've talked to Alfie a number of times, I had a feeling that he was still excited about playing, he was looking forward to playing, but it wasn't absolute until he basically told me yesterday afternoon. I was in the office sitting around trying to figure out what to do with my time, and I get this phone call from Daniel Alfredsson, and it made my day, there's no question about it. But he had indicated that he'd sort of made up his mind, and I talked to J.P. Barry a couple of times over the last little bit, and I certainly got the indication, but to get it formalized yesterday was important.
He said he's going to play out his contract that he has now. Is that good for you?
Yeah, that's good for us. I think there'll be a time, we had talked a little bit about a second year. We didn't get into any great detail, but he told me again yesterday the way he felt, and working out with Eric, he was excited about some of the things that we're doing, a little different twist to the training regimen that he'd done over the last number of years. Said he felt terrific. He said, you know, I think I can play a little longer. We kind of, I guess, investigated where we could go, what we could do, but never really thought that was the important part. The important part is to get him back, get him playing, and at some point, hopefully, we'll initiate some talk with him to think about longer if he wants to do that.
Does that pretty well finish it for you now? I'm getting him as your top six forward. Does that pretty well fill in whatever hole that you might have had?
Well, we have 22 players now that are 21, I guess, that are NHL. I have one of the three young guys all likelihood of making the team. That gives us an extra forward, and I've got the same thing as a planner. I've got to think that there's one of our young defensemen that will make our team, so it pretty well rounds out the roster at the moment. Obviously, we talk to people on a regular basis about what they're doing with particular players, and we'll continue to do that, but I have a roster ready to start the year, and I think knowing Paul McLean, he'll be very happy with it.
Are you happy with the roster you've got?
Yes, I am. I think we've made, we let 8 players go, or lost 8 players, whatever the right terminology is, from last year's team. But as I compare them and that, I think there's an upgrade. There's no question. There are a couple of the guys that left were good on this hockey team and played good roles for us. But we think we have people to fill that spot and upgrade in a couple of other spots. So I've got to believe that we're young. A couple of our young guys have got to get better, and a couple of the rookies have got to be able to come in and contribute. But if they do, obviously I'm happy with it.
Did you have plan B in case they're not going to get it?
I always have a plan B. You have to have that, and we certainly felt that there was somebody else that we could fill a spot with to it, but not to the degree Alfie can. I mean, there's no question that what he brings to the room, what he brings to the work ethic and the character of our team, we weren't going to be able to replace that. Maybe from a skill point of view, we can fill some of the goals, but I just think having him back is a huge improvement over anything I could have done.